when Pac died, that was the worst thing in the world. Biggie and Pac, that was the worst thing in the world to happen to West Coast hip hop.
Yeah, definitely.
West Coast hip hop. It was great for the South.
Yeah.
Because they was like, oh, we got to go find somebody else. These niggas is tripping.
And it was great for the what I call the sing-songy era. It brought in that era to where they were frightened to deal with LA niggas because we already had the bad reputation from the gate. Gangbangers. You get me?
We saw you
colored a lot of people up because of the fact that niggas was gangbangers.
Okay.
So
and you played the role in
Tupac and Biggie's death f***ed us up because it made the label dudes go, we won't f*** with them anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then it introduced that era, you know. Girl, I love you, and hey, let's go pop champagnes and platinum Rolexes.
That's how I felt when I seen Cube do I'm Clubbing. I'm like, no.
Exactly. Like, it started affecting everybody to the fact that niggas...
We had to like this.
See, I made no...
Yeah, when I see Cube
music during that era.
Great.
None.
This ain't for me.
It wasn't that I didn't want to, but this ain't working. They're afraid of us right now.
And you could sense that at that time.
Oh, they didn't want to with us at all. After that the labels did not want to with us at all.
Yeah.
Any nigga who portrayed themselves coming from Cali on some neighborhood nigga, they started killing everything. Death Row, gone. Ruthless couldn't get Any nigga who was speaking street we're not with
Game was probably the last one.
So I
got in
music for about
Game.
10 years. Went on.
That's a great
niggas was loving each other and singing and, you know, partying, and they was jewelry copping, and you know, it was the Flash era, you know. Cash Money came out, was bling bling.
Well, E40 was kind of holding down the base.
I hated that era, man.
The bass kind of got thing on
I swear to God, I hated that era. I hated that era, man. I'm like, what is all this shit? What happened? Niggas is courting females.
I mean, I told Nelly that. I said, bro, do you understand that when I used to come to LA, you stayed by the airport or you stayed in South Central? Y'all the first crew of rappers that stayed in Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. Like, before Death Row, like, you know, everybody used to be at the Lamontros, but that's as far as we went. You know what I mean? But when they started going to the Beverly Hills Hotel and all that other stuff, it was like...
I never been there. I lived.
I ain't never passed that one.
With them, bro, he's like, hey, come up to the hotel. I'm like, where? He's like, baby, I'm like, where?
That's out of town. Nigga, that's out of town.
You know, like, we come there. Like, hey, I don't cross the one team. Go away. What you talk about?
He be like, Glass, come up there. I'm like, you got to send a plane. He's like, Glass, it ain't that far.
Send me the location. Nigga. I don't know where that
is. Or a helicopter.
Yeah, as a young nigga, I didn't go nowhere, man.
Let me ask you this question for Gipp and Ken. We getting older, right? You know, as long as you live, you get older. This generation of kids really scare me because I be studying music. I make it my business to know who everybody is and, you know, study what they talking about. There seems to be, and I think this all started with Wayne, you know, with the whole lean movement. Even back further before, man, let me finish my things. I'm going somewhere. And, you know, and he picked it up, you know, from them boys in Texas, right? So there's a massive opiate epidemic right now in hip hop, dog. And nobody is paying attention to it.
I wouldn't say nobody.
But listen to me. I'm listening to what these kids is doing, and I counted the references. You know, remember I was listening to that Detroit stuff. You was like, all the music is like boom, 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 boom. Everything is murder. It's like, you know, don't get me wrong. We talked about killing up some shit. You know, I'm talking about the evil. You know, so you know that, but you can tell it was more just in a boastful way, right? Like we talking about we holding some shit down. These kids right here, man. It's a sense of authenticity, dog, to where it's like, I believe these little niggas is doing. And then you see the stuff that happened with, like, the little kid King Von down here.
But that wasn't really...
I would just say this. I would just say that a lot of them are killers. A lot of them are killers. Like, Play with them if you want to. They are killers. You know what I mean? That's what you had to have on the street here. You know what I mean? And the labels started paying for that.
Say that again.
That's
one more time. Say that again.
The labels just started paying for that. You know what I mean? Once they understood that kids reacted to that, then that's what they started paying for. Because when you got to understand, like, Kodak Black is a pop star. That's a gangster rapper. So is it because he wanted to be that, or they started giving him records? It might not be the records he making, but they started giving him the records.
Exactly.
See, that's the only thing that makes us different than all the other people that was probably more successful than us. We never accepted them people records and their ideas. That's why I think we lived in the greatest era. We did it all our own. You know what I mean? And I think most of these kids now, they manufactured. At least five of those records are manufactured. And if the fix in, then shit, the money play in. So it don't matter about the rest of the stuff you talking about.
And there's no silence, and there's no element of silence to it. And it makes me think it. Like, I go back to the 60s when I think about that, right? I say, damn, we in the 60s all over again with the heroin epidemic. Because I remember growing up in Cleveland. I can remember back to when I was 7 years old. I would walk to the back of our building, and it was all needles on the ground, a bunch of needles. And my mama whooped my ass one day because I went outside with no shoes on, and she saw me, and it was like a panic. She had them sandals on, them and whooped my ass because, you know,
step on the needle.
It was heroin. You know, heroin. It was needles all up and down the street, needles all in the gutter and everything else. And I see that right now, man, and I think about, like, how addictive that stuff is, and it's almost impossible to get off of it. Once it's really got you, bro, it's hard. No, that's what I want to hear. Have you on that, bro? It's like they keep reintroducing the same drugs to us all over again in our community, but it's always in a different form. And now they dress it up to where it's fashionable. Because I remember when UGK and the cats in Texas was doing it, it was cool. But when Lil Wayne became a pop star, I told Glasses this. I noticed an increase in the niggas that had dreads in their head, the niggas walking down the street with styrofoam cups. Even if they didn't know what the hell he had in there, niggas had Hennessy and everything else in there. But it became almost like a culture within itself. It's like a drug culture now. Like, I heard
the biggest drug culture is Dr. Fauci and them, the FDA. We just took my kids.
You worry about my profanity.
You want to hear? Oh, you want to hear my thing?
Shit, you're an asshole, but
we get canceled around this spot.
Well, the Fauci situation right now just should let everybody know that the drug game is the biggest game in America.
$1 trillion.
You know?
$1 trillion.
As long
that we not in on it.
Oh, we in on it. We the customer.
No, we
slide me a bike in it or some shit. Like, I don't have no fucking North or something.
No
I
mercy.
used to just tell Sharp.
Right. And you
niggas got some shit going on, and they all in, and they don't have to worry about the police kicking.
And it's a difference. It's like that's why
you understand me?
Yeah.
Every last one of them. Hey, you want to be in my entourage? You better do some coke, bitch.
Yeah.
You get me?
That's what's going on.
Real talk.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes. If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.